is excellent. Cool. All right, guys, welcome back. Why do you still say sending data? It's sending. Data is sent. Cool. So last time we did a whole bunch of stuff that was not optimization, but helpful. I created a whole new workflow for the Git loops. Get this thing fired up. I'll just quickly go over it. Yeah, so we added this execution plan loop toggle. And basically now we can just stack up a whole bunch of tasks and then we can execute and then they'll go. And we also got it to where all of the tasks belong to their work stream and everything is grouped together. We can still see the reports. We now also are getting a work stream report. So it'll sit here, it gives us a report basically saying here's task 57, here's the artifact from it, what model it was using, summary and findings, the type for, and then it just summarizes the work stream as a whole. So we got that. We got it to where everything is not like these open ones that were broken from when we were building everything. That is working. And then the big one though was now we can drop in, like an image, and it'll actually like go and do some stuff that will actually get sent to any of the other agents that are in the ADE. That's what this thing is. Yeah, so that was the other big thing, and it self clears. So, like self cleans up. So if we go in here, input assets, these are the broken ones, and then this is the one that I just uploaded. If I restart the app, image 10 should go away. These other ones I need to manually delete because they're not getting tracked in the database. So anyway, today we're going to work on a whole bunch of optimizations. Like I said, that we haven't been able to get to for like 3 or 4 days because I've just been scope creeping the hell out of it. Yeah, that's what I want. So we'll just copy that prompt that I had it build for us yesterday. We'll get going. Yeah, so that's the plan, is work through some of these optimizations and get this thing rolling. I'd like to start getting the app to a point where I can actually start using it to build itself, but we're not there yet. I don't think we definitely, I don't want to get there until I get the engineering template set up. I request the files in the current Git state. No push should happen, so I won't push. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Finish the split pane resize ergonomics task next. It's small, already scoped, and likely needs a builder verification pass to confirm the 4-pixel. How can I? Let's start there. Right now, the resize pane is implemented, and we no longer have the bright blue divider line. It's the same color as the rest of the shell. However, using it, it does not show the left to right style cursor demonstrating the ability that the panes can be resized. Also, whenever I do actually click and drag to resize it, the windows jump around. They are not smooth in their resizing, so it's pretty much unusable. It's I don't know, like a 7 out of 13 prompt, I'd say. Which is likely why it jumps to the ratio when rendered with disagrees during the first drag frame. Okay. I don't know. Should we store the user's preferred pane layout? Actually, I don't want this as an aside. I want to steer this real quick. We should be storing the user's workspace, layout, spacing, sizing, etc. in the workspace table, DB table. I believe. Good catch. You're damn right, my persistent point is right and bigger than a patch. Created roles. Man, YouTube is processing shorts. Like, this one short has been processing for like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. It's like 16 seconds long. I don't get it. Here I am working on new features on optimizations yet again. SwiftSide now compiles against the intended API contractors. Ooh. We should remember this, and we should remember this piece of info for when we do architect controlled shell changes. To do we have stored? Okay, rolls is done. I should totally... I wonder if I could do that. Add names to the builders, because the builders are the ones that the architect's most likely going to have to interact with the most, or that the user would want the architect to interact with the most. Okay, delete. If I did names for, I could do names for builder, and I could do names for, I guess I could do names for all of the roles, and then if it's a custom workflow, they'll just pull from a general list. Why wouldn't I just have a general list for every agent versus theming the names to the roles? That makes more sense. Okay, what do we... Yeah, that's not... record. Here it doesn't seem to have worked. Review the video. Before I send this. Let's just check one more time. Oh. Okay, so not seeing. Okay, so I can just change this. The left to right cursor doesn't always show up, and the jittery is still there. Cursor. If we fix the jitter, the cursor problem might resolve itself. I don't know if Claude can view videos like this. I don't know. I've never used it. This is Codex. I don't know if Claude can either. Either or. I don't think I want this playlist. I'm going to replace the whole roll pane splitter rather than keeping the... Oh, I deleted it before it did it. Oops. Place the custom divider with a native split view, which gives macOS cursor tracking for the divide. That sounds fantastic. Why didn't you just do that in the first place? Be using as much native OS behavior. Components and behavior as we don't need to we don't need to nudge it, steer it that way anymore than right now, so that's fine. You're saying that I also don't know why it did it and not a builder. That's a miss. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This worked exactly as it should have and was what I was expecting the whole time. Go ahead and merge this branch and mark this task as complete. Wake me up. Wake me up.
Deep once again, my heart is waking. It hurts when you lie all the time. Can't feel anymore. Feels numb when I die. Restart me again and again. Your love, the ghost of me.
Mark is complete. No push was made. Excellent. Sweet. What's next? Guys, me saved if it feels good. Actually, we do need to do that. We need to check to see if number one, ooh, it does do it. Okay, but the problem is that it loads. The smoothness and cursor is done and feels great. However, it is also already saving the user sizing preferences. However, on start on project open, we see a screen. What should we do? Both panes are set to 50-50. Both say waiting on demon. And then the terminals load and it snaps to the saved spot. Can we do a new waiting on daemon screen that is just the entire sites? The entire area, just the entire work area of the app. Screen that is just the entire work area of the app, and then once it is connected and alive, fade it out to the already loaded positions versus the abrupt. Is that how you spell abrupt? It'll figure it out. It'll figure it out. This should have been on that branch, I guess. Whatever, that's fine. Like this is very aggressive.
Why have you been avoiding?
Make sure you are handing off future work to the builder and not doing it yourself. Across the advisor builder boundary. Maybe it didn't save it because of the rebuild. So we'll quit that. So the loading screen looks good, but it looks like we lost the ability to recall the saved layout. It's just loading 50/50 again. Let's get that fixed, please. Oh yes, the Euclid builder. We've lost Rawls and we're on to Euclid. Context and likely cause. Okay, it looks like it did. Oh no, that's the. We're back to optimization, not the splitter branch. Sheet. I'm on the wrong thing this whole time. Sweet. I'm an idiot. Okay, so yeah, to catch up since I've been on the wrong screen the entire time. Basically, we are working on getting the split screen up and running. So it's doing this, but it's not saving the user's preference between app close and app open. So we fixed the jitteriness by implementing a native solution. We implemented a more native solution for the app, or for the pane splitting and the dragging. Now we just got to work on the saving the preferences. It did save them, and then it just regressed, and now it's being stupid. Great success. Okay, so we changed it. Let's launch it again just to confirm. Bingo. Can confirm, now working as intended. Close, and let's move, close this item, and let's move on to the next.
I've been on my own for a while, let them say I'm doing better. I've been broken, but now I'm going. I've been on the road, oh, I made it through. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom.
Before we move on to the report usability task, should we go ahead and do a quick review of the optimization branch and merge it back to master, since it's got a ton of other work on it, so we can make the branches more specific moving forward? Let's get that out into the world. Well, not actually the world, just give you the real risk picture instead of, what did I say, a trench coat vibes. What is this?
It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom, now you can take my freedom. It's like I'm walking on water, and all the waves don't even bother. This is my kingdom, and you can take my freedom. It's like I'm chasing the sun, and all my fears are on the run. Can take my freedom.
That would totally been a tweet for the, or that totally would have been a thing for the weird things my agent said today, stream edition. Okay, branch is carrying a lot, 91 modified track files. Whoopsie, recommend next checks. Go.
Sometimes it feels like I should know how to walk on water. Sometimes it feels like I should know how to move the mountains. But the seasons keep on going, and the rivers keep on flowing, and the wind keeps on blowing, and this beat, it stays in motion, like my lyrics keep on flowing, and this rhythm keeps on going.
I'm going to run this integration checkpoint, not a feature task.
Ain't nobody else, ain't nobody else. I keep it to myself. We don't gotta tell, no, nobody else, nobody else. About you and I, yeah, you and I.
I need to make that button while we wait. I need to make this more obvious so I don't see. What do you got for me? What is no share? I don't. Oh, I know what that is. Hopefully that will help make me not forget to change the scene again. So that was like 30 minutes of y'all staring at my face like an idiot. What is... Oh, you're this dude. Sorry, Euclid, you're gone. Turing... There's like a lot of ideas that I have for this page, but I don't want to start adding them as to-do items until we get to the real UI phase. Like I want to add animations and all that, but yeah. I wonder if you could I should integrate this into linear. How would that work? I guess you could like do a sync with linear. It pulls in tasks. Is that something that's even needed? Not for V1 anyway. They could be, instead of being queued, they could be like brought over. Maybe they sit in like a column to the left of queued. Like upcoming. And then you could talk with the architect and be like, look at ticket 123, discuss it, and then say, cool, move it to the queued column. I need to write that down. ADE ideas. Sync with linear, pre-queued column. Sync with linear, add tasks to a pre-queued, let's just say to a synced column in Kanban, and then user can grab one task, can grab tasks with the arc, and then summarize, add context, and move into loop columns. I like it. There should be another one. Architect should be able to manually fire off workflow for a single pending. Requiring architect and or user should be able to manually fire off workflow for a single queue task bursting versus requiring the toggle to be on execution. If a toggle is set to off, then toggled on and a loop happens. I like that. That should be good. Yeah. Okay, are you done? Integration checkpoint done, merged locally. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we're good to make a new branch for the next item on the to-do list, right? And that was enhancing the report notification window, correct?
Strong enough to care, getting lost in my own pain, not in the game. One more dance to see me. I've been hoping we could try, not to lie alone tonight. I will never have the life you stole.
Yes, we're good. Close the next. The next item is report usability, but I phrase it as an enhancing the report window review service, not the notification window. The notification drawer already opens and reports. The next work is making the open report more useful. Okay, let's discuss. Mention in the report. Yep. Clickable artifact task workstream references. Yes. Oh.
People fail to pass the test, holding out for a last chance, the heart to relapse. One more light to take me, and I hope they won't try, 'cause I don't wanna know if I get out.
Would we just use the user's default app, user's default OS, the user's OS default app for that file type? Should not clutter the pros report. It should be a separate native area in the report window. Let's just do a separate tab for now.
Maybe I'm an alien. Must be something heaven sent. Be back for the
Maybe we what we can do is let's swap out the discuss button in the header with a view changes button, and then just launch the discuss agent when the window is opened. The view changes button can do a slide down scrollable overlay. Scrollable overlay. I'm trying to think of like an example of how that happens. Kind of like a terms of service area when you are installing an app. Does this help? Hopefully he's not an idiot. And it does make sense. So then this would just be a terminal. This would be view differences. If the report mentions known ADE reference, clicking should open the native ADE surface for that object. Artifact ID. Task would open the task detail context surface. If we don't have a full task detail window yet, first slice can open a compact read-only task context window. Okay. External and local file links the SOS default behavior. Great. That keeps our logic thin. Classify URL path, verify local instance, hand to Mac OS. Report window UX. Auto-launching the discuss agent when the report opens could be expensive and noisy if casually. I'd still do that if it's the desired UX, but I'd ask the builder to check how discuss currently spawns and whether it creates a real agent processed immediately. If yes, we want to pre-warm only when report opens versus spawn full discuss. Go. I don't see people opening 40 different. I don't see people opening a ton of reports. So it shouldn't be a problem. Maybe we can add. We should add some logic that artifacts, reports, etc. that are opened from a report from the new clickable links should be warmed up but not auto launched. That should help. So that way you have an agent to discuss the full report of whatever you're looking at, but then anything that you open from that report would then not have it automatically available. Because I don't know how often people are actually going to discuss a report. I don't even know how much people are going to read reports. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's their subscriptions or whatever, so it should be fine.
Stuck in the same old feeling, feel so detached. My vocal cords are bleeding, overreact. Oh, I don't know what to say.
don't know. For now, it'll just open in a new window. And if they want to discuss, the agent should be attached to that window, not to, it shouldn't be like a global agent in that whole report experience, because then it would have to get context for everything that it opens. Mencius. What are you doing, Mencius? Requested build succeeded. Get diff. Check is clean. God, I need a new chair. Perfect. View changes. I mean, this is a good first step. I guess it should be it should go over the report, but then I could still be able to get from here and interact with the agent. That makes sense. This experience looks good. I like the view changes overlay to blur and let's just say, because that's UI polish, overlay to be the same to fill the report area of the report area, but to the report viewport, but still allow me to interact with the agent. So that should have grabbed a monster. The warm only switch is present, but internal ADE rests are still documented as the next slice rather than the actual click yet. I'm checking whether their current report text has predictable artifacts. Should include the real internal link path now instead of just preparing. It definitely has it, bro. Snello. Hey man, what's up? Codex user? Yeah, I just switched to Codex maybe like on Sunday, I think, Saturday or Sunday. I was using Claude and I just switched over to Codex. Yep. I assume that means you're a Codex user. On the 20x max plan, I'm on. That's what I'm on. I'm pretty sure. The $100 a month Codex plan. I was on the $100 a month Claude plan. So far, I think I'm getting more mileage out of Codex. I know that they doubled the usage until like the end of the month or something like that, but I'm not even reaching anywhere close to 50%. So if they did double it, then I'm not getting that. But with Claude, I was definitely getting close on some days or on some weeks. Yeah, Claude, the 20x plan, I don't think if you're into doing it and you're doing like more than 4 hours a day in Claude, there's no way you can't use. You have to have at least the $100 a month plan, I don't think. Or I do think you have to use the $100 a month plan. As far, honestly, like some people say that there's like it takes a minute to get used to the UI between Codex and Claude. I don't really. They have some different features, but I mean the UI is the UI. I don't think it's really that complicated. I think they're if you know Claude, then you can. There's not really a learning curve. Honestly, the biggest thing is getting used to not having 1 million context in Codex like I did in Claude. That's really the biggest thing, I think. .5 doesn't have 1 million. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No, yeah, see, 258,000 tokens used. 79,000 out of 258,000 tokens used, and that's on GPT 5.5. So I don't think it bumps it up if you change the intelligence level. I think that's just how much it thinks. But the flip side of that is I don't think Codex gets as dumb as Claude does as the Codex window fills up. So with Claude, I was basically monitoring the context window, and I would do a new session or /clear like anytime it got close to like 35-40%, because I was seeing that like if you let it go much more than that, then they would start to just get dumber and dumber and make stupid decisions. Codex, I don't really do that. I kind of just let it go, and then it'll automatically start compacting itself. That's my personal experience, anyway. All right, let's see how this thing runs now, what this looks like. Warm only internal link path. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so text are now clickable. Linked report artifacts open through. Okay, so if I open ADE artifact. What am I making? I'm basically I'm making it's called a ADE, so agentic development environment. It's much more vibe Cody-esque, where like I haven't done any coding whatsoever. So before I had the idea to do this, I had the idea to do I have a workflow set up in Claude, and then I transferred it to Codex whenever I started working on it. So I have an advisor agent, and then it just does the prompting for me to a builder agent, and then the builder agent does the work, and then it sends it back to the advisor to do the QA. So it's not one agent doing all of the work, and it doesn't like favor its work. It'll actually find more bugs this way, and send stuff back to get fixed. So then this takes it one step further, and I can have Claude be my architect. I don't really know why I built it or changed the names from advisor to architect, but Claude can be my architect, and then I can have Codex be my builder. And then I can add, 4 or 5 more roles, one for like QA, one for testing, one for Git operations. And they could be like, one is a Grok agent, one could be an Hermes local agent. So you can have different agents for all different things, and they all talk to each other, and then it all gets filtered into a database, and then it has a Kanban board for tracking the tasks as they go through the workflow. So yeah. Okay, so that is working, but I'm not seeing non-report artifacts open their projected vault path with the OS default app. External links and local file links should still use. I need to check this. Did this do anything? No. With the discuss agent, the clickable links work. However, it looks like I can interact with the reports, local files. Like, which was the file created for task number 1, I think. Task number 1. So yeah, that's the general plan or idea of the whole thing. Because this works, but they have like really complicated Claude files or agent files, I guess in this case. That's Codex, not Claude now. But sometimes they get out of order on who's doing what. It doesn't enforce it very well, and part of that's because the agent files are just so long and complicated that they kind of drift. With this, the baseline Claude files are really, really simple. And then there's an MCP server that handles all of the routing and rules and all that kind of stuff. So it's much more, so far, it seems to be much more reliable. So. That's the idea. Interesting project, he says. It's getting there. There's a few other people out there that are making kind of similar things, but I'm going to put my own little spin on it. I'm going to be focusing a lot on the UI UX side of things. I think sometimes, because I am a designer, not a developer, a lot of this stuff that's getting put out is very dev heavy and kind of like how a developer thinks versus how the general public might use something like this. So it's supposed to be much more welcoming to normies, and obviously still be available, accessible, and work for like power users and stuff like that. So like that's one big part of it, and then it'll also be like entirely local as far as like how the app runs. Like there won't be like a cloud attachment piece to it. The only thing that we cloud would be like if you want to use your Codex agent, like that would just connect to Codex. That'd be the only thing. So a big part of it will be local first, and then high UI UX polish. Right now, this is just like a temporary shell to get all the pieces of furniture in the room, basically, if you will. So, yeah, that's kind of the whole point. Done builder made 2 dog food fixes, and I reviewed the font tree. Local links now include existing project relative paths with spaces, including okay. And that's not to throw shade at other people's projects, no matter what the purpose of the app is for. It's just a thing that I've noticed. Okay, so that did that. It's still not doing few changes. Drop down looks good. Local file linking still isn't being picked up. What about the hello world? What is, because this has multiple files. File, these are multiple tasks, but then these should all be bouncing hello world. The delimiter fix, also going to review the exact regex change now and rerun the final checks with the one line in that patch. So picky. So this is part of the reason why I like the multi-agent approach, is if I just had this agent do the building, it would have never, it wouldn't have done this. it wouldn't have checked its own work and then be like, you know what, that one piece of work that I just put out, I don't like it, let me send it back. It wouldn't have done that if it was all just one agent. Mencius. Groups of the full project relative path is what gets checked opened. We submit workstream loop reports with Git merges. Could we let's do that as a side. I honestly don't know, because I think we could do that and then not have the agent write the Git. Report call. So yes, report submission is tied to merges for workstream programming, but the report submission itself does not create a report specific Git. What I meant was, does the report itself get included whenever a branch gets merged from a workstream or a loop? My reason for asking is, instead of having an agent write the summary for the merge, could we not just have it take the content of the report and make that the merge description? Is that enough information to make the merge description helpful, or would we need to add additional information to that? The idea being that this could save tokens. Yes. For workstream publish merge, I'd use something like port body. But would we want to add any additional information that is not included in the report on top of that? Things like that are specific to Git or GitHub versus just like work done, or that is more specific, including all the individual files and whatnot. That's a bad prompt. That's like a 3 out of 9. Okay, does this now work? Where's my hello world?
Just need to feel nothing to make it easier to turn away, leave. Maybe we're a fan in the flame, so why do I keep holding out my hand to get burned? I don't wanna clash anymore. I can hear the ghosts in the walls. It's telling me to run away,
So it's still not. Doesn't look like it's working for non-vault files yet. Or still. Where was that other one at? There was another one that listed files, but it didn't show the full. Target file. Yeah, so Resumed Mincius. In reports, the clickable links we'll leave that for now. We'll do that once we can actually open files in the ADE. Add a to-do item that after optimizations are complete, we need a terminal button that slides that goes to that auto starts in the project folder. Fixed it on vault case. Links now become clickable even when the file is not present in the current checkout. Click behavior is now open the file from the current. Okay, I like that. I like that. Files not available in the current checkout. Okay, color dashboard. I don't even know what that is, but let's. Okay, so where is the index? Yeah, HTML. Cool. Working. So that works. Instead of guessing from memory. This is the other thing that I like about Codex, is it's really good about going back and checking versus just trying to remember or bullshitting and being like, oh, this is totally what's next. Leave unrelated. After that, the actual task I'd recommend is report back merged. What about the, before we do that, what about the actual view diff button in the report? I just give it praise for trying to not remember, and then it doesn't remember that. Right now, view change is a real overlay, but not a real diff viewer. It shows metadata status placeholder report. It does not reliably carry enough diff context to make the next slice on the same branch. Is there an example that I can just give it? Something like your own Git changes would be cool. I don't know. No custom rich diff. Make view changes earn its name. With a dotted underline versus a solid, and a tooltip. We're just going to say that. Yeah, so if we go back to bouncing hello world, we look at U file is not available in the current checkout. The modal that shows after should be less technical in nature and say that. See what it comes back with. It'll be better than what it is now. Regardless. All right, Mencius, what are you doing? Oh, you're doing the big work.
I think we could be something so good. So good. So good.
Okay, so Swift is complete. Let's go ahead and quit and restart this biatch. But I don't.
I think we could be something so good. So good. So good.
I'm not seeing any info in the window, in the drop down. Does the test project just not have anything to check against? Or is this still a bug? Is this still a big?
Something so good.
Don't think that's it, guys. There we go. They were right. So it changed. It went back after I launched it. What did it change? Covered class branches no longer exist locally, but the workstream branches does. I'm sitting below the narrow fixed. Okay. So if this works, then we need to work on the coloring. We need to see what it comes back with first, actually. Stop adding ideas and tasks. Just get to the optimizations, you idiot. We gotta get this stuff wrapped up. I got a rocket ship to watch blow up. Yo. Use your Grok or X Premium subscription in Open Code. Use the model power in Grok build for high speed and code-based intelligence. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Are you done yet? No, you're not done yet. Okay, what are you saying over here? I've added the read-only HTTP route daemon test for the exact metadata shell needs. Now I'm wiring the shell resolver. I just realized I have this, so I have this USB dock on my desk. It's really fucking ugly, especially with all the cables running into it. I just realized there's a whole 3D printer right here. I should make a mount for it so I can put it under my desk, because there's not really a good way to like zip tie it up or anything. So I should make some sort of mount for it. That'd be cool. All right, you did a thing. Let's run you. Okay, so this is showing all the additions. Fantastic. Ooh, didn't mean to do quite that. Just do that. This is looking sweet, but can we add some coloring similar to your own Git status? Okay, so then how can I... Oh yes, that would be much more scannable.
ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why can't we ever bounce on the rhythm, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta make a move to me, baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, you know me, I'm not wasting time. No secrets left to hide. You gotta show me love when you're ready, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Kanban, report, view changes. I'm going to say this is good enough for now. Good enough for now. Let's close out the task and merge anything.
Stop.
Back to master and discuss the next task. This might actually look better once we, like if I made a task to then go and modify these files,
Stop.
it might look fine. Because this is just saying that it added these files. It's not talking about like the lines in each file. Yeah. Mark complete. I'm going to run the focus verification, blah, blah, blah. Closed and merge. Sweet. Report backed merge descriptions. Oh, report backed merge descriptions at the top of files naturally from what we just built. Now the reports are useful review artifacts. Use them to improve description and reduce token context for churn. New branch and YOLO it, baby.
I don't want to risk it all again, but I don't want to be on my own. It always goes much better in my head, but the feelings end up wasted. So I'm sorry for breaking down when you said you got me. I'm used to being let down, but I'm hoping if I'm falling too fast,
Stream ideas.
you'll catch me.
Built-in custom voice, dictation tool using Hermes plus Supergrok voice versus paying for Whisper Pro or whatever it's called. I'd like to get this one done like ASAP, because this dictation inside of Codex is not good. How can I not make this like?
Trust me, I know how it feels to be hopelessly waiting. Sometimes I
Sure,
don't know
that
if I
is not really what I wanted, but it'll work.
but I'm still
That's the point.
trying. So I'm sorry.
La 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 la. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. It's not really a stream idea. Other project ideas. Jeep, Starlink, CAD bracket, 3D print, dock mount. Boom. Problem is there's ports on 3 out of 6 sides of this dock. Like, it's just the top, bottom, and the front that don't have ports. There's ports on both sides and the back, so how it would actually clip? How would that... Don't know about... maybe I could make it vertical? I have to think on that one. How's the first slice? I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna test this. The branch has a commit now. I notice stock system. Your passes. how do I test this? Are you able to just do the test for me? Question mark. Oh, got pushed back.
Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Body scrunching your face on top, cause the bass goes boom as we enter. Body scrunching your face on top, cause the bass goes boom. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Got you scrunching your face closed.
Okay, you did a thing. Okay, now what?
Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender.
No, I meant how can I verify the report?
Got you scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes boom as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Got you scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes boom as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Got you scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes boom. Scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes. Scrunching your face closed up, cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center.
I'm a total noob when it comes to terminal, and especially terminal get stuff. Make a MD file that has Elon's birthday inside. Really? Why is this? Oh. Okay. and then run ran a new, maybe because the report didn't go through yet. Nope. I ran a new task through ADE and then did the command in terminal and still got nothing. I don't know. After it usually means the new publication fast forwarded and landed on the blah blah blah. Just, I kind of want to just trust that it's working, but that's the wrong. That's just because this is like the most boring feature. Like literally the most boring thing I could be doing. I inspected the repo, the new task published by fast forward, so there is no merge commit to inspect. Shouldn't this apply to all kinds of merges, regardless of whether it's a work tree, a work stream, or a loop merge? And should just injecting the report as the merge description should just happen every single time, regardless if it's also a fast forward from main to master? Are we not using this description tactic for merging work trees back to the work stream branch as well? Question mark. I don't know. That's a tricky one. Only covers workstream branch to loop session branch, and only one git merge creates a merge commit. It does not cover individual work tree to workstream branch is probably too much and would increase token usage. So I'm fine with skipping that, at least for now. But we need to make sure that whenever the merge from workstream / loop happens back to main or master, whichever it's called, that the report information gets added to the description at that time, regardless of if it's a fast forward or any other type. I don't really know all the ins and outs of the merge stuff, so I'm kind of like bullshitting my way through. Total transparency there, guys. That's not what I wanted. Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay. We're skipping now. Workstream to loop. Current implementation supports report back descriptions, but preserves Git's normal behavior. If it fast forwards, there's still no merge commit message. Okay, loop workstream to main master. There's no current daemon or shell promoter path to wire yet. Is this similar? Is this similar to the leftover task that we have for the Kanban board, where we do not have the published column and the pushed badge? And should that just happen when that task gets completed or implemented? Understood that they are different, but is it not wired up because of the same reasons we pushed the publish column and the pushed badging? We just don't have that workflow created yet. Is that correct? That's like a 3 out of 7 prompt. No, it's like a 3 out of 14. Yes, that is correct. It's not wired up because the workflow does not exist end to end yet. What exists now? Publish backend behavior for workstream loop session branch, workstream report artifacts, blah 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 blah. What does not exist? So yeah, same reason we deferred the published column and pushed badging. We just didn't wire a button. Let's go ahead and make a note that this needs to happen at the same time that we do the published column and pushed badging, and then mark this task as done, but needs to be revisited when we get to those tasks to confirm all of the smoke tests. So that means, if I understand what it's saying, that means that work streams inside of a loop I guess they do merge to the loop branch. They just don't have a get message, and then the get message is just the entirety of the loop, which I think is okay. We should merge this and the earlier work to master before we start the next round.
Brilliant minds push the limits of what we thought was possible. Pushing the boundaries of human potential. Where technology can enhance us beyond our wildest dreams.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
The future is here.
What's the next task? Copy non-architect response into the architect draft. Next, it's a small practical UI polish. It helps the real workflow. Take a builder reporter, discuss response, and drop it into the architect input without auto submitting. I don't want to do this one. Let's hold off until we have more agents spawning and can do proper stress tests. However, there should be a task for investigating the builder pane. Right now, when the builder pane is when the builder is working, the window is scrollable and you can see the full working information that the builder spits out. But once the builder is complete, the window appears to be locked and you can no longer scroll, and part of the response that it sends becomes cut off. So this would actually be almost a required fix before we even do the copy to architect functionality. That's like a 5 out of 10 prompt. So this will help, I believe. And we're compacting. Great.
I just need to know what's on your mind. You can call my name, I'll be alright. I just need to know what's on your mind. I just wanna dance all night. 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 Just wanna dance all night.
Um, well, let's fix it, bro.
You're pulling on my walls down. I've never been exposed like this before. I'm good at
Codex, from what I've seen, like it's kind of weird that Codex will sometimes, most of the time, will follow instructions from its MD file, but it doesn't like to. I don't think it necessarily likes chaining things back to back, because in Claude, I could do the same thing, and then it would immediately like follow up and say, "Would you like to go ahead and start working on this task?" And then I could say yes, and then it would just do it. And I even have a mode in the workflow, skills, that like you could just say, "Hey, I have this idea for a task. YOLO it," and then it would just take it all, do all the planning, and then send it to the builder automatically, and not do this whole like back and forth thing. Codex doesn't really want to do that. It could be just because, I mean, I didn't actually do anything with this the workflow to get it working in Codex. I never tested it. It just kind of started, and then it mostly works, but still. Not sure.
calling out your name. Tell me how you're feeling. Since you got me out in the open. Now I'm ready to
Builders on it while that runs will do overlapping checks.
I know you told you it would be a slow burn. Beating, hiding
I'm supposed to be watching SpaceX, but they just pushed the rocket launch back.
from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're
Live stream doesn't start for another
too much on your plate,
like 20 minutes now.
calling out your name.
Instead of it launching, hopefully, in 15 minutes, we don't even get the live stream for another 20. Builder's done. Relaunch. It's weird that it links this. It doesn't link this or any of this. Make me an MD file with the birthdays of the last 10 presidents. Okay, so right now this is the problem, is that you can scroll here while it was working and then it would lock itself, but now it looks like it's president's birthdays. Okay, so we got one report for the task. Damn, Nixon was born in 1913? And Ford? Okay. Task done appears to be working.
Yo, stay focused, man's on a mission. Wavy like the ocean, ain't got time for inhibition. Eyes on a
Codex is like sweet.
in your vision. Straight up, man, that's gotta make a decision. Stay focused, man, I gotta go.
Yo.
Can't be going backwards, I can't be going slow. Gotta take the lead and I gotta steal the show. It's a straight up madness, you know how we roll. Straight up madness, you know how we roll.
Now targeting 6:30 for liftoff. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, man, I gotta stay focused. In the dance I'm zoning. Back then they didn't take notice, so on job deserve a bonus. Cut so many bars, no folders. Chopping it up with the orders. On the ones and twos on mic controlling. Yeah, I got a gal going crazy. And the man them on one too. Don't know about you, but man need a drink, I make it free. Thought I was gonna say two, but the rave looking like a zoo.
ADE memory.
Cause that's the way we do.
That fold.
Stay focused, man, I gotta go. Can't be going backwards, I can't be going slow. Gotta take the lead and I gotta steal the show. It's a straight up madness, you know how we roll.
That folder. Nope.
Straight up madness, you
Is
know
that
how we roll.
in ADE dev inside of Claude projects, or are you talking about the ADE projects folder?
Straight up madness, you know how we roll.
Dirty Claude projects. Yeah. Add that That's not the forked memory code, correct? That's the active. The actual, not the forked memory code for the, that comes with the app, correct? That's the actual memory for this dev project. Correct, that's the actual memory for ADE. Just add that to the Git. What's the next task? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Hold off on that. What else do we got? Best next candidate. Open attached workstream reports from Kanban workstream cards. Yep, that could be done. That could be a thing. Report unavailable file link affordance. Make local report links that cannot be opened visually distinct, like dotted underlines. That could be a thing. Project terminal button. That could be. That's simple. Kanban task context actions. More workflows. More workflow safety control from task cards. Bigger design surface than the first. Oh, I know what that one is. Report unavailable. Yeah, that's I know what that is. Open attached workstream reports from Kanban workstream cards. I'm pretty sure number 1 is complete. Isn't that the icons to the right of work stream titles?
What's on your mind? Can I read it from your eyes? Can we lay and make the time stand still? What if we stay? Pretend there's nothing else.
That's already complete. The icons to the right of the workstream titles are campaign workstream report links. Remove the stale queue. Blah blah blah. Boom. The best thing is report unavailable file link affordance. Yes, do that. Ooh, new worker Zeno has entered chat. What you got for me, Zeno? Mincius, you're gone. Get out of here. I noticed on the last two tasks, the one for Elon's birthday, it generated both a report for the task itself and then it generated a report from the loop. But then on the last task of generating presidents' birthdays, it only generated a report on the task. Was I supposed to be getting a report based on the loop? Also, if it's only one task in only one task or one work stream inside of the loop, then I don't need to have both a task report and a loop report / workstream report. Only whenever there are multiple work streams inside of a loop should I get workstream reports and a loop report. Beautiful. Eloquent. Perfect. Send it. Oh shit. Kyle Busch just died? How the fuck did Kyle Busch just die? Reported hospitalized with a severe illness earlier, missing the Charlotte races, adding context to the timing of this. Wow. That sucks. Okay, so now we should have dotted lines on. Now we should have dotted lines under some of this stuff.
Haunted by my mind, victim or the prey, everything
But this does exist.
to my grave, bury me alive, keeping me astray. Hard to say goodbye to who I am today. Haunted by my
This does not exist. Back to the missing file task. The report has the dashed underlines for this file, but when I click it, I don't get the modal, and I do load up the file. However, I'm not seeing it in the Finder window. So, does it exist or not? Not current present in the current checkout, but not unopenable. If clicking it opened the file, ADE likely found the task in the task workstream branch via git show, wrote a temporary copy, and opened that temp copy with OS editor. Okay, sure, go away.
We are not alone.
Okay, so this,
As the skies light up, they believe we are blissfully unaware. But this activity by non-human extraterrestrial technology
what would,
is capturing
so
attention.
what would happen? So what would happen if the file just isn't checked out, but still available in the repo as a whole, versus the file was moved to a different location or was deleted entirely? The modal idea or the messaging to the user about it being a copy and not the actual file sounds fine. But what would happen in the other instances where it's for some reason not available or it's been moved? There are 3 states, not 2. Available in current checkout, solid underline. Click opens the real file at its current path. Finder can show it. Available from another ADE branch, but not in current checkout. Dotted underline or maybe a different little icon tooltip. Click opens a temporary read-only-ish copy extracted from Git. Message could read, opened a temporary copy from branch. This file is not present in the current checkout. Okay, that sounds fine. Not available anywhere ADE can resolve. Dotted underline is still okay, but click should show a modal. Message should say something like ADE couldn't find this file at the path in the current checkout or the related task workstream branches. May have been moved, renamed, deleted, or created outside the branches this report can inspect. This sounds correct, but how? For number 2, it should launch a modal dialog that warns the user and has an option to cancel and open anyways. And proceed to open. Clarify, I meant a cancel button and a Descartes. I am gonna add the name thing. I'm liking that idea. Side, add a task. I'm just gonna make it the next task. I should probably include a checkbox to not warn them ever again. That should be the next. To have open as the primary and cancel as the secondary, and then also let's add a checkbox to never no, let's not add that checkbox because they really do need to know. Because that'd be an important thing. Okay, Kanban. Actually, yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so this looks good. Can we just... Can we just say... let's just change the copy to say this file is not on the current checkout. ADE found it, colon, or ADE found it on, colon, then the location, but have the location on a separate line, and then on another line after that, start with the rest of the copy, just so that it's much more clear what the name of the work stream is. Or the what branch and whatnot it's on. On the current checkout, ADE found it. Then for the location, have it on a separate line, and then on another line after that, start with the rest of the copy, just so that it's much more clear that it's the name of what the name of the found branch or whatever is, versus keeping the location in sentence form.
Come and set me free. Come and set me free. Come and set me free. Give me what I need. Come and set me free. Give me what I need. Come and set me free, 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 free. Come and set me free. Give me what I need.
This is close. Just add another blank line before the location, just so that it's extremely clear that that is the exact location. And then remove ADE from both places and just say the letter I instead. Just because ADE is not the name of the product, it's just a temporary holding thing. I have no idea what the name's going to be. Open temporary copy. This file is not on the current checkout. I found it on blah blah blah. I can open the temporary. Perfect. Merge to master and mark task as complete. Then let's get started on the terminal task.
try to push through my past, but I don't even know if I ever fall. Will they even notice? Never cared for all goodbye love. I just wanna be alone.
Builder has determined. Ooh, Socrates. Shell is unsandbox, so NS Workspace can launch another app directly. I'm going to add an icon only terminal button besides the active project labels. Oh yeah. As long as the thing is there, and route it through terminal.apps bundle identifier and project with the project folder based on the document URL. Boom. Perfect. Close the task and merge to master. Bro, I'm already ahead of you. I already did the testing. Let's go to move on this. Fast forward this terminal branch in a master, delete the local topic branch, and leave origin untouched. Sweet. I want to add the ability to name the agents. At least the ones that are attached to workspace roles. Maybe not ghost agents. So then that way I can have the architect check with a specific agent. Like if it's stuck, or I need to tell the architect to kill an agent or something like that. Or check log files or anything like that. I wanted to be able to, the user should be able to refer to an agent by a name. Is that something that the MCP server should assign at creation, or is that something the architect should assign at the prompt creation? My preference would be that the MCP server could create it and then the agent would know. Maybe it gets appended. Let me know your thoughts. Daemon returns agent ID, role, display name, worker ID, session ID. Swift launches the process with ADE agent name Maya. Prompt kickoff includes your ADE agent name is Maya. MCP tools exposed lists that same name. For ghosts, I defer or treat them differently. Ephemeral generated names are fine, but they probably don't need persistent user managed names yet. So my recommendation: add a task for workspace agent identity, display names, daemon owned, persistent. This sounds good. However, if the MCP server handles the naming, will the architect, since it is persistent, then know the names of the agents as they spawn and get killed and get replaced with new ones as tasks come in? Or better, should the namings be attached to the panes that the agents run inside of? So then that way I could say check with builder Frank and get its status. And then it's not specifically asking, it's not looking for a very specific agent, it's just looking for any agent that is in the pane that has the name Frank attached to it. Would that be safer in the long term when there could be 10 different builders? I can see that being a thing. Looks like this thing's they're gonna actually load propellant onto this bitch. They just tweeted out that prop load is a go. So we're gonna have to pull this up. Yes, attaching names to workspace agent slot panes is safer than attaching them only to transient process instances. I think of it as stable thing the user sees at names. Example, builder Frank, display name Frank, role builder, ping, grid position, workspace agent session process. Check with builder Frank. ADE resolves workspace plus role equals builder plus. If Frank's process dies and restarts, Frank is still Frank. The slot remains, the session changes underneath. Persistent architect should not rely on memory alone. It should have tools like list agents, agent status later. So is this a new tool that the agent or the architect would have to confirm the names of the slots in the ADE? Also, I don't want the names to be Builder Frank or QA Ada. I just wanted the names to be Frank, and it should know that that is assigned to a builder role because that's what NCP says. Those names should probably be attached or saved inside of a database table that correlates with the workspace. Also, once we introduce workspaces, the names should not overlap. And are specific to that specific workspace. No. No, Frank cannot live in workspace A and workspace B. There will just be a predetermined list of agent names, and they can't overlap at all. In any work between workspaces, they're a one-time use per project, as long as that pane is open. If that pane gets closed, and then a new pane gets opened, that name could be used again, but it just can't be used multiple times at the same time inside the project, regardless of workspaces.
Jamais poursuivi la gloire. Marcheur, ce sont des traces. Et j'ai mis rien de plus. Marcheur, il n'y a pas de ciment.
Nope.
Les chemins se créent.
Well, that's not really what I wanted to do. That.
Et les tournants, les jeux de cœur. On voit.
Why do I have no sound?
On doit de nouveau être affolé. Marcheur, il n'y a pas de ciment.
Damn, streaming in 4K? Is this just... is it just this live stream? It is not just this live stream. I don't have any audio from... Oh. Had the headphones muted. Model as the project level assignment constraint. The stable slot can still be blah 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 blah. This sounds good. This sounds good. I want the panes to include the names like builder Frank. As for the names, that should be a stored list of names shipped with the app itself. To populate the names, go grab the top 100 names. If someone has 100 agents, I mean, I guess that's depends on the workspaces. Go grab the top 100 names from the show The Office, the US version. Make just the first names, drop any duplicates. The names getting applied should be randomly applied. Ship from the app is a static bundle name. Use the names from the office character list. First names only. Duplicates remove. Randomly assign an agent a pane slot. Project wide active unique Frank cannot be active twice. Ooh, new animations. Project wide uniqueness Frank cannot be active twice anywhere in the same project, even across workspace. If Frank's pane closes, the name lease is released and can be reused later. Can we make list and get agent as one tool with a param to reduce? Sweet. Go. $5 I think we're gonna get this one done and then we're gonna wrap up the stream. That's a lot of fire.
It's like a glitch I can't control. Someone's fucking with my dough. Kind of voodoo shit, you know. You won't find me tongue-tied. No witness on my side. Harmonies when I cry. This stuff makes me nauseous. Losing what they taught us. Gotta tread real cautious. But I go back to default.
Ooh, Hubble.
I go back to default. I go back to. It's like a glitch I can't control. Someone's fucking with my dough. Kind of voodoo shit, you know. But you won't find me tongue-tied. No witness on my.
Existing session helper is already the lifecycle center, but adding name will make that file fatter than it already. I'm going to add a small dedicated agent slots helper. We can call it after session.
Gotta tread real cautious. I go back to default. 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 I go back to.
I want to know what names it gets.
Don't say we can't, oh, just don't say another word. These thoughts you've imagined aren't real, aren't adding up. You fetched your ideas from nowhere, all from another world. Your logic's impaired, your full picture is cropped.
Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Is green worker sections MCT moving to require Builder Hank, which is funny because my two computers are Builder Frank, or is Frank and Hank. So the fact that I did that is hilarious to me. What is the status of Hank? Just wondering. Okay, so this landed. It's naming the panes. We have to further test this once I can actually spawn more roles. And I need to work on being able... The architect needs to know what I mean when I ask about what's the status of the name. So that's going to be a future... I'm seeing the name added for the builder pane. However, let's make a task to harden the architect's knowledge, because when I asked what is the status of Hank, it didn't know what I was talking about. Builder pane equals Hank in this build. Surely there's 100 names for the office.
We can set the world on fire.
Only friend characters are included. I'm going to cap the bundle pool at exactly 100. Okay, good. There we go.
We can set the world on fire.
Let's go. I'm running Mac OS build now because the pane label and session decoding changed in Swift 2. Yep.
We can set the world on fire.
This is verified passing, staging the only task and implementation files now, leaving the unrelated ADE dev directory out of. Oh, yeah. Pane label is only half the loop. The architect also needs an explicit prompt tool. Have it so Hank resolves through MCP instead of relying on memory or guessing all out of scoped follow-up tasks for that hardening without touching. The follow-up workflow task, not as the completed name slide. I'm going to capture as an architect awareness tooling hardening. Sweet. It captures the gap cleanly. Pane. Architect needs prompt tool policy hardening, so status of Hank triggers agent slots name equals Hank before it answers. No source code changes yet. ADA dev is still untouched. Cool. Alright guys, I think that's where I'm going to end the stream. Go eat some chicken wings. Yeah. And then watch this rocket blow up. Hopefully not. Anyway, yep. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'll see you